Hello and welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we are live on a Sunday noontime, high noon, ready for NBA playoffs weekend round two.
Round one was yesterday.
Yeah, Hornets not in it, but you know what? It's fine. We're okay over here. We learned a valuable lesson. What a playoff team looks like. And we said, oh, that's it. Okay.
That's what somebody just actually like determined. That's how they play. Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
Got it. We need to work on the off season. Got it.
Yeah. So weights. So y'all think that's important. Yeah. So lifting weights.
Protein is very, very important.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. So that's what y'all. So y'all just gonna hit every shot. Okay. I see.
So y'all really been practicing.
Right. Okay. So they probably need a little better conditioning. Got it. Understood. Let's go. As always, check the show notes, guys. Check the show notes. There is something in the show notes for people that want to see us in person, okay?
Yay!
Every time we go out and we see people in person, we get amazing reviews. People always write in to go, oh my God, it was so fun. Thank you. We take pictures with people. We post them online. They post their pictures of us. It's amazing. Well, you have an opportunity to do that in Atlanta. ATL, shorty.
ATL, ho.
You can do that May 15th, which is a Friday. It's at the Monday Night Brewing Garage. Don't let that confuse you.
Right.
The event is on a Friday. The event venue is called Monday Night Brewing. I don't know why they named it that. That's their fault. Tickets are on sale at BomaniJonesLive.com. General admission is $50. VIP meet and greet is $130, and you get some drinks with it, and we get to take little selfies and shake hands or whatever it is, hugs, all that shit y'all into. We want to do it. So make sure y'all show up and see it. I don't even know what we gonna do. Like, I'm not even sure how. Like, I know how the show's gonna go. Like, we gonna do our podcast, then Bomani's gonna do his thing, and I'm gonna come on and be a guest and all that stuff. I don't know the full format yet, but I think you should be there to find out how we do it and what we do.
Agreed.
So please come through. We would appreciate that. Buy your tickets early and often, because I don't think Bomani's, like, I think it's been on his like Instagram, but I don't think he's officially like really said anything on the show. I think he even took the week off from his podcast. So when he does mention this, you know, people that's waiting, I don't know if who knows? Maybe it stays where it's at. Maybe it sells out quickly. Just get your tickets before, so you save. Because what I don't want to hear, I'm gonna be honest. I know some of y'all think this is nice, but there's no virtual option, so you have to be in person.
No virtual option.
I don't want to hear, oh, I didn't know y'all was in town and it's April 16th. I mean, it's May 16th. I don't want to hear that.
Nope.
I don't want to hear that, dog. We mention it every day on the show, so I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear I would have went, but the tickets were sold out. I don't want to hear that, because you know now. You got a month.
Starts pushing it, because I guarantee you it's probably gonna sell out. Like, once he actually make an announcement, he might make his announcement actually closer to the show.
Right.
So once he makes that announcement, all the tickets are probably gonna sell.
You got a month head start on everybody.
Yeah, you do. We've been
go get your tickets now, man. This is a big deal for us too. So in case you just like, man, I fuck with the homies. This is a big deal for us to be, like, it's a long time coming, like all the way since 3-hour lunch break. This has been coming. So we're going to have a great time, and I hope you guys hop on board and come celebrate with us, because I think it's going to be lit, as the children say.
Yes.
Also, of course, the official weapon of the show is
folding chair,
and the unofficial sport,
bullet ball.
And bullet ball, extreme. And I guess we can get into segments. That's really only housekeeping I got. Oh wait, if you're premium, because we always work hard, and we work hard for the premiums, the tippers that go a little beyond. There's a couple things coming. One, it's about time for our biannual sale. Like, we do one for Black Friday, but we did one that we started during COVID because nobody had anywhere to go. And it was like, you know what? If you need to just stay in the house, social distance, and you want to listen to podcasts, we got another sale for y'all. And it's the same sale as before. $100 for the full year of premium instead of the $15 a month.
Because, bitch, the coronavirus ain't going nowhere.
Right. But, hopefully y'all are all vaccinated and doing the right stuff. But, just because COVID isn't necessarily taking out as many people doesn't mean that, we won't want to have this sale. So if you already signed up, it auto renews. So that just letting you know, the auto renewal is going to start in about the next few weeks here. And if you want to sign up new, I'll let you guys know when I post the sale. I'll do it on Patreon and I'll do it on our website, so that if you want to sign up for premium and you're just like, I want to save some dollars, that's the way to do it. And we do work, meaning this week you got the sports show, you got the pregame where we hang out with Justin, you got Nerd Off yesterday. Me and Karen did a 2 hour and some change Nerd Off with just me and her. You got, of course, movie reviews in there. There's so much stuff coming and in there all the time. We are constantly working. So if you guys are like, man, I don't like how y'all going all these Hornets games, the podcast is slowed down, or y'all getting busy.
They get stuff sometimes when nobody else gets stuff. Like if we take a week off, they normally
take care of them. So make sure y'all sign up for that, because you can go to theblackouttips.com/premium, or you can go to Patreon, the Blackout Tips. But once again, when the sale starts, I will send out a link and remind everybody, and we'll mention it on the show. So if you want to wait for that, this is just your warning to get your coins together if that's something you would be interested in. And just for the show purposes, it helps us because this is a way to like stabilize the revenue, meaning it's not the up and down of month to month of like who, so and so, this many people quit, this many people join. Right. It's just boom, here's your money for the year. We can count on that money. We budget around that money, and we make decisions like, can we go to ATL, get a hotel? Are we flying? Are we driving? What's the gas money? What's the, do we have time for that? Can we go to Vegas? That kind of stuff. Like, is that a lot of that is because of y'all that sign up. Okay, now. Karen, do you have any banter?
I do.
All right. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
All right, Karen. Give me some of that banter.
Yes. Take a shot, even though ain't no Hornets.
We were at the Hornets game.
Yeah, we were at the Hornets game. Y'all said, go ahead and take a shot. We were at the Hornets game, and I've been realizing that the Hornets game, because you look up, you look around, you see fans, you see phones and things like that. And I think I seen a video that Roger posted, and how a lady was just typing and her shit was big and bold, and I could see her screen. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and I don't be doing nothing crazy, but I was like, let me go ahead and get like a screen protector, because you're at the Hornets games. And, people can looking down, they're looking around, they can, can actually see into your phone. I'm not doing nothing, but it's just for the fact that I thought about that. And that got me when I actually really like my screen protective. I'm saving it right. Privacy screen protector. I don't know what you call them, but y'all know what the thing to block people from looking.
Yeah.
And I actually really like it. They have several kinds. So I guess for me, it was kind of confusing when you go in, because you have to find the right one for your phone. And then you have to you have to find the right company, according to what you want. And then, once you find a company, you have to see if they have yours, because some of them only do like newer phones. And then some of them actually go, hey, we got you if you got like an older phone like me type of thing. And so I found one and I really like it. They have some that you can manually do, which is what I did. If I was to do this again, I would get the one with the kit, because the kit sounds so much easier. I actually went online for tips and tricks about screen protectors and things like that, how to properly put them on, what the right kind to get, and because I was kind of in my own brain about it, because I've never had one before, so I was like, I don't want to fuck up my screen, that's where my brain was going. What's the right kind to get? I don't want to fuck up my screen. Can you remove them? Is it permanent? I didn't know, being this is my first time actually purchasing one. They're not permanent. You can take them off. They're not hard to take off. I did it manually. Next time I would get a kit, because with the kit, it has extra pieces, but whenever you laying it down, you want it to be debris free, and you want it to be where it doesn't have any bubbles or anything like that. And when you do the kit kind of does that on your behalf versus you having to manually kind of do that yourself. And some of them I had to kind of realign several times in order to get it to get right where I didn't have any bubbles, any debris. You know, they talk about things, how to clean your glass, how to clean your glass on your phone. And I know that sounds simple, but one of the dudes said the most simplistic thing, and I didn't think about it. He said, most people don't think about this, is that before you do this, wash your hands. He said, because your hands have like oils and shit on them. He said, you're touching the screen, and that get on the screen, and that can prevent, you know, bubbles and things like that. So it was just a fun and interesting process. But I got a screensaver for those of you out there, old like me, who don't have them. You can get in the
Screen
game
protector.
now. I mean, screen protector for your phone. Get in the game like me. They're not expensive at all. You can get them really, really cheap, or you can pay a little bit more. But just for those of you that was out there wondering about them, like me, who never have had one in their whole entire life, I was like, oh, I get this now.
Stephen A. Smith leads the league in ad copy reading intensity, and it's not close. I've never seen a man a pitch man that works this hard. That man, he is like ESPN bet. Like, it is very aggressive. Like, I don't know why he chooses that as his ad voice, but it's like a super hard, like, why are you yelling at me to buy these products? I don't know who coached him. I know he's an actor. He's been on like several TV shows and stuff, but I've never watched those shows, so I don't know if he's acting like that on the show too, but I thought he was more reserved and laid back. I think he plays an assassin named Brick or something for the mob, but whenever he does these fucking ESPN commercials, it's like he is yelling at me. He is
I feel like he always yelling at me.
But that's the thing, like sometimes he go the opposite where he's like, did you tell the folks that, you bitch? Like, he's not like that all the time.
Agreed. But
when he do these ads where it's like, you know, first take, make sure you get that today. Go to the store. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
he's like, that's what y'all paying for, so I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah, everything. He's a company man, so like most of his ads is for like, you know, the sports stuff or whatever. But I don't know. It's just such a. I find it almost off-putting, but it works because my head tilts up when I see an ad. Like, what is Stephen A. yelling about? And it's like, oh, he's just selling Popeyes or whatever the fuck.
Yes, he does have a specific voice that would draw your attention.
It's just the intensity of it.
Yes,
you know?
yeah, you'd be like,
nobody else does ads that way.
Like, you'd be like, is something wrong? Wait a minute. Oh no, it's not an emergency.
I listen to a ton of podcasts that are sports related. Nobody else is doing their reads this way, and all kinds of people are doing, you know, like, hey, this AI, this, you know, oh, don't forget this type of betting thing. He's the only one that's like, stop the brakes and
you gonna
be
get
like,
this intensity.
Stop the momentum of the show to yell at you like
they gonna get their money's worth out of him.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you better get the Capital One credit card. I'm like, oh shit, okay, all right, I'm signing up. Just stop yelling.
I will do it today. What was that code again?
All right, code Stephen A. Yes, got it. Please turn this down. Back to you.
Have you ever walked up on the cashier that seemed so unhappy? I didn't though. I almost wanted to say, ma'am, do you want to just leave? You want to just hit the front door and quit your job, like type of thing? Because I went to go purchase something, and I don't know if she had a bad day. I don't know what was happening, but I walked up and she looked at me. I looked at her. It was no hey, no greeting, no nothing. And I was like, do you take Apple Pay? She was like, yeah. And then she just started ringing me up. I was thinking, this job is not for you, ma'am. Like, you are at the register, like the cash register where people actually, like, this is people's last experience in the store, you know, before they actually leave, you know. And I like I said, my brain was like, ma'am, do you want to quit? Like, I don't know who made you mad, but you need to be back in the back stocking, like, your personality and your just glazing at customers and shit. Like, I'm not special. You know, I don't expect you to kiss my ass, but goddamn, I mean, at least acknowledge that I'm there for you. Just ring my shit up like this is if this was self-checkout, I wouldn't have a problem. Because the machine ain't supposed to talk back to me. But I'm looking you in your eye, in your face, like, that don't make no sense. You don't need that job, ma'am. That's how it just made me think. I just be on this, and I
think I may I'm thinking about it, but I think I may disagree with this take. It is. I hear you. Customer service is a big part of it. But like, what if her grandmama just died and she had to come to work? You know, like, let's have a little grace for the people. You know, they come ringing you up. They didn't say nothing mean to you.
They didn't.
They just weren't giving the smiley, happy customer service thing. And I know you're not used to it because you do the honey baby sweetie thing and it works on pretty much everybody. But it probably didn't work on her for whatever reason. I don't know. I would need to revisit the cashier on a different day and see if it was an everyday thing or if it was a one-time thing. Because maybe, you know, something happened and it's just they wasn't feeling it that day. You know, maybe they just got cussed out or told they was getting laid off. All kinds of shit be happening up in them jobs. I've had them jobs and, you know, when I was a waiter, you know, you try to bring it every day, but some days it's a little harder than others, man.
And the thing is, that's you know, I was just telling you the thought process was going on in my
brain.
Yeah,
it's from your perspective. Yes. You don't care about their life. Fuck them. But you didn't say unfriendly, you said unhappy. And I think that's a very telling thing to say. Because unfriendly gives a vibe of like they were rude or mean. Unhappy, I don't know, maybe something happened. Maybe they was unhappy, but they had to come to work. Now, it could be they unhappy with the job and they unhappy at work, but it could be a bunch of shit. You just never know. I always try to have a little bit of grace for people in those positions working with the public, you know, because we've done it so long. And I know there's been days when people cuss me out. And the next table, you know, they didn't get the best chipper service because I was still in my head about the last thing. You just never really know what's going on with people.
That's 100% true. And I think from my perspective, it's like several people, they done that too. So I was like, oh, okay, this is what type of interaction this is going to be.
You mean several people that day in front of you?
Yes.
That makes sense though, if they was going through it.
Right. And so in my brain, I was like, okay, it is what it is. Like I said, it really wasn't a big thing, but it's less about them and more about me personally. You know, going, well, goddamn, no, hello, no, I mean, no, nothing. I think that was my thing. You didn't even acknowledge me as a customer.
Right. That is a basic part of the job that you should be able to do.
Even if it's hello, I'd have been fine with that. I'm not, like I said, I'm not asking you to go
above. So you gonna maybe write a letter,
letter,
go back up there, try to get them fired. You are a Karen. And you do have the power of their life in your hands right now. You could say the name of the place right now and just end their whole career if you want to.
I will not.
Sure?
Not. I am positive. But yeah, like I said, I'm very understanding. All I was saying is just like the basic. Even Belinda tell me hello.
It is interesting. I feel like you kind of need one, I don't expect all that chipperness. I think all that shit is fake anyway, and you don't have to do it. If it's who you are, fine. But I'm there for a service. I'm not there for necessarily the customer service of the hey, welcome to McDonald's. What a beautiful day. I'm not there for
all that.
I don't need all that necessarily. But I think things have slipped so bad that I now treat all of it as a bonus. Anything other than me just getting my what I paid for. Sometimes I'm even thankful when I show up and I'm like, cool, you're not doing all that extra banter shit. I can just pick up what I need and leave
and get out.
Karen's big into banter, y'all. As y'all can probably, she's big into chopping it up with these people, and I'm not really into that. We go to the dispensary store or whatever here. Sometimes I'll even order my stuff online so I could just pick it up so I don't have to talk to them. But when I'm with Karen, it becomes do you guys want to sit down? Y'all want to drink some tea? Oh, we're having classes this Friday about such and I'm like, this is taking 10 extra minutes I don't care about. I would rather be in my car on the way back home, listen to a podcast, but now I got to go through all this rigmarole because everybody's so fucking friendly today, you know? So maybe that's also my disposition talking of do I really want, anything more than just hand me my shit? I don't know. Yeah. I feel like if there was a hand me my shit button, I might press it every time.
You know what? If there was a hand me my shit button, I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I think my biggest thing is just you're looking at me, so at least acknowledge that I'm in your presence. That's all. You don't have to.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay.
That's the job. You're not wrong. I'm just saying.
You could have growled at me. I'd be like, okay, at least I'm acknowledged, and I'd have went on about my life.
It's weird how in my mind it's a little treat when they do that. Like if I go to McDonald's and they just hand me my shit out the side, I'm like, oh, that was nice. Like none of the bullshit, none of that. You know, I'm not talking like pull over and wait, but just if they just like just hey and just hand me my shit, I'll be like, ooh. Wow, I think the opposite reaction is probably the one most people would have, which is you rude motherfucker. What do you mean, hey, and you just gonna hand me a box of my shit?
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, cool.
Ron's just like, listen to that shit.
But I feel you though. I mean, you definitely not wrong about it, and that is part of the job. I also had the thought of like it would be interesting if they had like a football coach or somebody instead of a manager, and they see you ain't got it today, and they just come out and get you. You know, kind of like a baseball.
Come on, substitute
like
them out, yes.
Like a baseball manager taking out a pitcher, like, hey,
time
put
out.
a hand on the shoulder. You just ain't got your best stuff today, buddy.
You gonna come back in the fourth quarter.
That's the third customer you couldn't greet.
Right, come on now.
That's the limit, man.
That's your third foul for the day. We gonna
get on boxes, man.
Yeah, we gonna put you in the bag. We don't want you to foul out the game.
Yeah, go ahead and get on boxes, man.
Because because like I say, for me, I was like, okay, it actually is not a big thing. I was just in my brain about it and just wanted to share.
It's very valid. I think you're right. I've said it multiple times. I don't think you're right. I was just thinking like my personal preference. I was like, I think I'm okay with this, but I don't think I'm right to be okay with it. Like if I worked there and I was the manager, people would hate my store because they'd be like, how come everybody just hand people shit and don't say nothing? I'd be like, ain't that what the fuck you paying for? Some shit? Just come get the shit and leave us alone. And they'd be like, you're fired, and so is the staff. So you right. I just thought about my personal preference. That's all.
That's not a problem at all. It's just fun. And sometimes I think you do need substitutes, even for you personally, because sometimes, guess what? You come out and you don't play your best game. You ain't got it together.
We should have that at everything.
You need a break, a snack. You be like, look, coach, I'm a little tired. Can I be subbed out?
Everybody should have a backup.
Come on, everybody should have a backup. Yes. I
saw my first copperhead of the season walking yesterday, 2 days ago, I think. I was walking in the park, and there was these two women walking ahead of me, and I saw a snake crossing the path, and they saw it too. And the one woman who was like a older kind of white lady, she kind of got close to it, and I was thinking, oh, she don't know that's a copperhead. But I'm up on the copperhead game because all I do is watch YouTube videos.
Okay.
Of shout out to my herpetologists. They be out there herping. I be watching all kinds of videos of them just flipping shit over and being like, oh, look, it's a black king snake.
So you gotta know what you're looking for. I don't, so I'm like, they all dangerous.
Right. But you could know, and you actually probably do know because you watched a lot of these videos with me at this point.
You know what? So I bet I do.
It's probably and honestly, if I'm being honest, y'all should if you go outside, y'all should watch these videos because it's educational, and you should know like what the fuck is a poisonous snake and what's not. Also, it would help because people kill snakes a lot of times that aren't poisonous or dangerous in any way. Because they're just scared of snakes, so they killed a snake because they saw a snake, and that's it. But this copperhead was crossing, and this woman got so close to it, like she was leaning over it and shit. Now, copperheads do not want to bite you. They're actually pretty docile snakes, and normally before they bite, they coil up and they show you like they'll kind of like lean their head. They don't do cotton mouth where they open their mouth and show you the inside of their mouth, but they'll lean their head towards you like, hey nigga,
get away.
I see you and you see me, slide away, you know.
No, we're gonna have some problems.
But it was cool. I tried to get it on video, but I put my video out too late, and then the woman started talking to me. And she was like, oh my God, that's a copperhead. And then I was like, wait, you knew it was a copperhead and you got that close? That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's insane. Why did you knew? I thought she was, because I thought I was going to help them and be like, hey, so that's a copperhead. Y'all might want to back up. That's not a water snake. And they was like, oh my God, did you see it had a diamond shape? It's a copperhead. Look it up. Take a picture of it. And then we had a little conversation. I told them about what is this snake Reddit. And
I know they had a bar with that then.
And then she was like, you can also do it on Google Images and all this stuff. So it was pretty cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but shout out to the first copperhead of the year. Saw it in broad daylight. Normally don't see that. Sliding across the path. Normally don't see that.
Yeah, springtime. Everybody up and moving.
It's one of the reasons I don't be on my phone like that when I'm walking. Some people be walking and reading Kindles and shit. I'm like, bro,
paying attention.
Pay attention. You step on the wrong shit, you doing out here.
Right, because they moving at your feet, so you need to be sure when you're walking around. I agree.
But yeah, I saw my first copperhead. It was cool. And it was, man, their camouflage is so good. By the time that shit hit the other side of the path and I was trying to get it on tape, I recorded it, but you can't see that snake. It's like once they in the leaves and shit, it's like that camouflage is so good, it's just gone. And so, but yeah, I thought it was a cool sighting.
We were coming back home from the Hornets game, and it was raining one night. And no, we were at a walk. I forgot. No, scratch that. Don't take a sip yet. We took a walk, and it was raining that day, which was fine. But the rain was like, as the day progressed, or as the time progressed in the walk, the rain got heavier and harder, and so we were at some places that was like flooded, and like the water was like coming through a tunnel. I guess from the ground they must flush it down in some of these tunnels that the walkers kind of walk through, during any other time. And so coming back, I have like two types of shoes. I have like my regular shoes, and then I have like another pair that are like my waterproof shoes that I actually take a drink, wear to the Hornets games when it's raining, so my feet and shit won't get wet, when I'm walking to the games. So I didn't wear those shoes. I wore my regular shoes, and so when I step, Roger is longer than me, so he was able to step over the puddle. And so I couldn't step over the puddle, so I ended up stepping in some of the water, and like the water got in my shoes and stuff like that, and I was like, ew. And I was like, I don't know what to do when I want to clean them, and I'm lazy. I'm not doing no toothbrush. I'm not doing none of that bullshit. I was like, I want to wash my shoes, but I was like, it got to be a better way. Started Googling it online. They have like a shoe bag where you can actually take your shoes and put it in the bag, and you can put it in the washer and put it in the dryer. Best purchase I ever made. I took them shoes, I put it in there and washed them bitches. Them bitches came out clean. I was like, bitch, let's go, let's motherfucking go. Because I know some people are like pristine about their shoes. I'm not doing none of that bullshit. I wear them and then I go about my business. But I wanted to keep these shoes clean. So I actually enjoyed that shoe purchase that I made. It's like a shoe bag. It's a really neat purchase. You can Google it if you want to see it. For those of you that out there that want to keep your shoes clean, but you don't want to go through all that hard work.
You're becoming a influencer. Well, the banter segment is now Karen's shopping suggestions. Like, screen protector for privacy, shoe bag to clean shoes.
This is the shit that
unhappy cashiers. Don't go to unhappy cashiers. This is all consumer. This is capitalism.
Happening in my boring ass life.
Sound like Jay-Z right now. All this money you spending.
It's about me. You mean all your money I spend?
Speaking of spending money. You know who really cooked? One day in New Jersey, Michael walked into the sandwich shop and he said, we could charge our customers $1 less per sub, or we could charge them what we do charge them and give them a free sub after they buy 10 subs. And you know what? He did his big one with that. Because that Jersey Mike's free sub thing, it worked on me. I really be looking at that number like, I don't know, 2 more subs, I get a free sub. I guess I'll have Jersey Mike's today.
Yeah, them points.
Jersey Mike's he did that shit. Shout out to Jersey Mike's. He know what he was doing.
Yeah.
I know other people do it, Subway and stuff, but Jersey Mike's,
it don't add up.
It's the one.
Mm-hmm.
It don't be the same. But Jersey Mike's always come through. That 10th
and it's been
sub,
consistent for years.
Can't wait to cash it in on my app.
That's how they keep you a loyal customer.
Mm-hmm. I've been fucking with Jersey Mike's since way back because they always look out for your boy.
Yeah,
so shout out to Jersey Mike's.
A lot of people have had these points and all these clubs and all this stuff, and what's so frustrating, some of them over the years they'll change it up on you where you get less points, it take longer and shit like that. But yeah, one thing about Jersey Mike's, when it comes to that, they gonna keep you in the sub club. They have really been consistent. I appreciate them for that. It's them and a few other places that I actually frequent to because I go, these points are worth it. Because for most places, depending on where you eat, you don't go frequently enough. I might as well pay full price. Like, I don't go here frequently enough to actually utilize, and that's what they hoping most people do today. So most people don't get close, or you just in the club where they just promoting and pushing shit at you, and you never really people forget about the points, you know.
Right.
And sometimes I don't think Judge Mike's do this. Some places the points expire and all this type of bullshit. And I'm like, no, if I earned them, let them sit there until I cash them out.
They be taking care of you, boy. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's move into some other stuff.
Oh, that's it.
We could say. I mean,
oh, you want to save them?
I mean, did you want to go through all? How many more you got?
Oh, 2 more, but we can save them.
I was thinking of
Okay.
saving some for other shows.
Okay, we can save them.
Okay. Yeah, we've been 30 minutes on banter. So
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do some more. Save some for later.
Okay, I will.
All right, let's do some politics till we get mad. Y'all know we got to do that shit. Boom.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you, fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Let's see. Obama and Mamdani, the mayor of New York, they read and sang to New York preschoolers in their first meeting.
Let's go.
Yeah, they sang "The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round." It was nice. It was adorable. Mm-hmm. I also am reminded that I just have to keep saying this because it feels like social media kind of lost his mind, but Obama is still the most popular, well-liked politician in America.
He is well-liked.
And there's no amount of snark that's going to change that.
No,
if he could run
not.
right now, he'd still be the most popular candidate in either party.
Yes,
so
he would.
I thought it was interesting because, you know, Mamdani is such an interesting figure because a lot of people had him pinned as like this guy who the fear mongering of not just the right but also some mainstream Democrats.
They did not want him to be elected. I said, I know people have selective memory, and since he won, everybody wanted. But no, a lot of people were anti him.
Yeah,
they were flat anti him.
And Cuomo ran of just a racist campaign against him.
Yes, he did.
You know, I didn't think it would work just because it just seemed from afar. It just seemed like such an easy choice that I couldn't imagine New York City fucking it up that bad,
right?
You know, and I'm glad that he won and all that stuff because he just seems like he really understands, especially social media and the internet and how to reach voters and also the ground game. Like he's on the ground. Mm-hmm. But I think he's such a fascinating figure because people like him so much that I think he gets to do stuff that other people would get chastised for.
Agreed.
So like he meets with Trump and people are like, look at him. He got Trump wrapped around his finger. No one goes, why did he meet with Trump? He shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Whereas
any other candidate, they would have said that. Mm-hmm.
Like when Big Gretchen Whitmer went in there and she had to meet with Trump, like that was a bad look to a lot of people. And they took the picture of her. She was covering her face with the folder, but she needed to meet with him for something for her constituents.
Right.
And the hit she took might be the kind of hit that she can't be president. Like now, part of that is she probably shouldn't have covered her face with the folder just because the picture, it looks so bad that her opponents are probably going to run that. If, you know, whoever the next Republican is will probably run that. Like it's just a bad look. I hope it's the kind of thing that gets over-indexed on the internet, but not in real life. But my point is, Mamdani wouldn't have to do that. No, and wouldn't feel that pressure. No. He seems so much more comfortable. Right. And even kicking it with Obama, there's a lot of leftists who made their names on Barack Obama's a piece of shit. He's a neoliberal, deporter-in-chief, droner. We don't fuck with him. No, we don't like him. Yep. He's the actual real problem. The reason we didn't get progress is because of him, not because of the
Republican Party,
the Republicans that did obstruction. So him being able to kick it with Trump some days and Obama on another, he's a versatile dude that is super liked, and who knows if they turn on him? You never know with this shit. But
eventually they do.
I have been extremely fascinated by the amount of like leeway and range that he has.
Yeah, and me just on the outside, I'm not there, but me on the outside looking in, I'm looking at the things that he's passing and, you know, the things that he's saying, his staff. Like, I've been really kind of paying attention to these things, and it's majorly because it's New York, so they're going to push that shit in your face if you watch any type of national news. Even though what he does there only impact New Yorkers, you know, the rest of us hear about it.
I think also having Obama makes it news for everybody.
That's true too.
Like if Obama did this shit with, I don't know, the mayor of wherever city, just about any major city,
news,
it's probably
yes.
Like it's not major news, but it's gonna be, you're gonna see the clip of him singing to the preschoolers wherever, you know, probably.
Yeah, and I think that Obama going to New York, where it already has a light on him, kind of amplifies the story, you know, because it's him and Obama. And it's almost like you got these two, they politicians, but you know how people do it. They got these two stars, basically.
Yes,
like,
I think that's it.
Like that.
It's very celebrity oriented.
Okay, because
he's a celebrity. This is kind of, it's the good and the bad, right?
Right.
It's the good of it is, when you have a star and they're on your side and they're doing things you want them to do, it's good because your party and the people that live there get the things that you want. But it also is kind of bad because we still haven't made it past celebrity worship, and celebrity worship and fanaticism is extremely fickle, meaning, you know, we could be a couple months away from like, well, he had said that we were going to get free blank for everybody and we didn't get it. Fuck him. And we're treating him like a celebrity and not a mayor, you know?
Right. And for me, I still look at them as politicians because
Right.
in my brain, I've never really got into that. So
Same.
if you are a politician, you will always be a politician. You know, you could be a larger politician than other politicians. Don't get me wrong, but I've
Right.
never put them in a celebrityism format. I'm like, hey, just do your job. As long as you do that, we are cool. And if you don't do your job, that's when you gonna hear me fussing and complaining and be like, hey, do better. Other than that, you know, like I don't have no problem with you. But yeah, when you get into the celebrityism of it, people be all over the place. I hope this continues. Is a positive thing. Me on the outside, I really like the things that he's doing up there. Once you implement things, then you realize if you have any issues or problems, you can only find them out by implementing policies, and then you adapt and adjust and you change, you know, accordingly to what you have to do. And that's when you're going to see the real people. When shit goes awry sometimes, and you be like, hey, you know, we did this, but we're going to change this. That's when you're going to see the shit come out, because everybody think just because you put a policy in place, it is going to work out perfectly.
Yeah, well, we don't live there, so, you know, I guess they'll let us know, the people that live there, if they don't like what he's doing. But yeah, I just find it interesting because he's kind of reached into this celebrity area that I'm like, well, I don't know what this guy's future holds or how big he's gonna get, because I mean, everybody fucks with this guy. Like it's not just the campaign or just, man, we were so desperate to have a different mayor than what we had been getting. Like this is big, and like, you know, Obama's a mover and shaker. That's somebody recognizing you, and at a time where he won't get any credit for it, but many people were like, the Democrats don't want anything to do with Mamdani. And I'm like, I don't know. Obama's pretty much as mainstream Democrat as you get, you know?
Yes,
so like if he's got the blessing of Obama, that means that part of the left part of the party, that is in the party. That's not just the problem is the Democrats and the Republicans. Like, no, that he counts, because that's not Obama giving that blessing means something. Cookies, deodorant, and socks. Iran war puts military packages in limbo. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of this food that they got for the soldiers. This is what they eating.
What is that?
It looked like maybe a folded tortilla or two, and then just some shredded beef.
Meat of some type.
Picture shared by U.S. Marine deployed on the USS Tripoli of a meal service members on board received.
Yeah, I believe that, because Trump don't give a fuck about these soldiers, and a lot of them voted for this bullshit. He don't care about y'all. He don't care about y'all VA. He don't care when you come back if something happened to you. They're not trying to take care of you. They're not trying to take care of your families. They're not taking care of you while you're active duty. This doesn't make sense.
And the Navy and Pete Hegseth both denied reports of food problems. My team confirmed the logistics stats for the Lincoln and Tripoli. Hegseth said in the post on X, both have 30.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Both have 30 plus days of class 1 supplies, food on board. NAVCENT monitors this every day for every ship. Our sailors deserve and receive the best.
So are these soldiers on free and reduced lunch? I don't understand.
Right.
Like,
are they lying?
Right.
Is the picture Photoshop? Is that
like,
AI?
what's happening here? Like,
I mean, I guess they could manipulate the picture and take off some stuff on the plate and be like, look, we not eating. But I would say even that would be a sign some motherfuckers don't want to be there if they're putting that type of message out to the rest of us that, hey, we not eating, and you're like, actually they do got food. That's not good either.
No, and on top of that, my thing is this: y'all have such a terrible reputation till I believe them. Y'all cut so many corners.
Yeah, y'all lie too.
Yes, you do not tell the truth. So I think that they're telling the truth. I think that y'all didn't do y'all part, and now shit is coming out because y'all think people. These soldiers are supposed to be loyal to y'all like y'all are loyal to Trump, and so how dare you put this shit out in the public for them to see? And it's like, hey, dog, I don't decide until something tells me otherwise. I actually believe this. I
don't blame you for believing it, but I also think we live in a time where misinformation is so rampant that I actually don't know what to believe.
I can understand.
They had a
too.
similar video that went around on the internet that showed like bathrooms on a ship that were flooded and shit water was coming out of them, and they was like, this is the ship they send over to the Middle East, and this is what our sailors are dealing with, and this terrible shitty shit water in there. And it's so many people shared it. Everybody shared it. People that are in the media, valid, people that can check it shared it. And then it came back like, oh no, this is a video from a different time. This is not like currently happening on the ship. But that soldiers aren't, gumming up the bathroom. And I think the very real function of the Trump administration's constant mendacity is to make it so that we at home actually don't know what is actually real and what's not. So when they don't report soldiers' deaths and we hear it through somebody else, it's like, well, I want to believe the other person because y'all lie so much. But I actually don't know. And I think it's very dangerous that we don't have any trust. These people took over these institutions based on the fact that they were like, you can't trust these institutions. Now they're in charge of these institutions and they're lying, which is a self-fulfilling prophecy, which erodes even more trust in the institution because now they got their own people that like no one's in charge that is has any integrity. So I think it's very scary because, like I said, seeing this, I went, of course y'all not doing it.
Right, but
then at the same time,
the real truth about
I'll never know.
Right.
And I can't trust, like, oh, well, someone from the Navy said it. Is it one of the people that Hegseth made in charge because he got rid of all the black people and the women? I don't know.
And what does mendacity mean?
Oh, constant lying.
Okay.
Constant. Constant. My bad. Constant lying.
Oh, no problem. I heard the word and I was like, I think I know what it means, but let me verify that.
Yeah, they lie. Mendacious is like a person that lies a lot is mendacious.
Thank you.
They lie so fucking much. I just don't know how you trust anything. Meanwhile, what we do know is the Postal Service and the Military Postal Service Agency have suspended deliveries as of the beginning of April due to airspace closures and other logistical impacts from the ongoing conflict. Things you think about before you go to war. That is not a war that has not been ratified by Congress. Major Travis Shaw, an Army spokesperson, told USA Today, mail already in transit when the suspension took effect is being held in secure postal service or military facilities for future delivery once service resumes. The suspension is in effect until further notice. So soldiers aren't getting their mail packages, their care packages, their letters from home, that kind of shit.
And this impacts morale.
Yeah, no mail has been returned to sender to those zip codes yet, but they just holding it. Maybe they'll get it to them, maybe they won't.
You never know. They might destroy that shit. You just never know because, you know, when you deal with people that aren't truthful, that don't really care about the soldiers and shit like that, you don't know, like, what's in it that might actually be the thing to keep them going, and y'all are like, fuck it.
Yeah, this is another picture of a different dinner. This shit look like Firefest.
It does, doesn't it?
The picture of a dinner from the USS Abraham Lincoln sent to family by a service member on board. That's like, I believe these pictures more than I believe the people in charge of the military. That says a fucking lot.
Yes, it does.
That just says a lot, man. But yeah, this is what the fuck people voted for. And we knew that this man would be in charge when war would happen, and he may even start wars. And guess what? Both things are happening right now. I thought I died. 2 more women accused Representative Eric Swalwell of sexual misconduct. He's a Democrat from California. He was even talking about running for governor. He suspended his campaign for governor. California is a very interesting situation right now because they had too many Democrats running in the first fucking place, and it was starting to erode and split the Democratic vote because they don't do their shit like other people, where it's like, listen, you have the primary, get to the end, one person run for one party, one run for the other.
Do that.
No. So many Democrats were running, liberal, left-leaning people. It was dividing the vote.
Yeah, you do that to get all that bullshit out when you go, okay, y'all don't have any chances of winning. What are we doing here?
And maybe as they got closer to voting, some people would drop out. You know, that is typically what would happen, but you just don't know.
Right.
And I was also thinking, like, man, who has the ego to see we may give Republicans California people and goes, that's fine.
The party. They don't care about the party.
Yeah, so I'm like, somebody has to put the ego aside. So in the midst of all this, Eric Swalwell he gets accused of like sexual assault, sexual misconduct, including rape, unsolicited pictures of his dick he's sending to people. It was swift, and it was a lot of people. I want to say it's at least 6 women that I know of for sure.
Oh, damn.
That have said things. By Monday, so he suspended his campaign on like Friday or something. I think Friday he was accused. Sunday he said he suspended his campaign for governor. Monday he said he's resigning from the House. Now in all this stuff, he's putting out there like, I didn't do anything wrong. This is a bunch of false allegations, but I guess I'll step down since I don't want to be a distraction or whatever.
Okay, now you don't want to be a distraction.
Right.
When people ask you to step down before to make it easy for the party, you didn't want to step down, though, right? So if none of this would have came out, we'd still have you fucking around. And not trying funny, when it was probably a low chance you were going to win. You just
who knows what his chances were. Right. I know he's kind of popular with a lot of people. And he's a white man, so there's a big faction of the Democratic Party, or Democratic voters, I should say. It's party too, but all of it counts.
Yes.
That is like super hard on like, we gotta get a white man.
And they don't want nobody else, right?
He was one of the people that people was excited about as like, oh, here's a good white man. And so the alleged incidents happened from 2019 to 2025. All 4 women were in their 20s at the time and initially connected with him on social media over politics for allegedly moved conversations to Snapchat. He represented California since 2013, made a name for himself as a member of the House Intelligence Committee, a frequent and outspoken critic of Trump, and a 2019 presidential candidate. It is crazy to me to be an outspoken critic of Trump, knowing you got this shit in your closet. That's crazy, but okay. He currently is running for California. Well, he dropped out for that. He denies all the charges. One of the women, a former staffer, says he raped her twice. Once in 2019 when she was 20, and once after she stopped working for him in 2024. She said both incidents took place in hotel rooms while she was heavily intoxicated. I was pushing him off of me saying no, and he didn't stop. Another woman says she similarly woke up with him in a hotel room with little memory of what happened.
He must have been drugging him.
A third woman says she never met him in person but exchanged messages with him for years after he first contacted her on Twitter. And in one message she said he responded to a bikini photo she posted on Instagram by writing, "That swimsuit, fuck." When you're getting unsolicited dick videos sent to you, it just makes you feel like I'm a lesser person, she told CNN. I just wish I had never answered him. And I know some people will go, well, how is that the same? The other one was sexually assaulted. I feel like all this stuff goes into the character file. And I think
it's unsolicited.
Like maybe if it was only this, you might have people that would feel like this isn't that bad. But I think when you add it up, all of it counts. And if it's time to talk about it, you should you shouldn't dismiss people because it's like, well, your thing was a little different. And I know there's a type of person out there that does try to dismiss women where it's like, well, all he did was send you unsolicited dick pics. Like, yeah, after being accused of raping a couple people, I don't know, maybe it kind of counts as a bad thing and he shouldn't be president.
Right. You shouldn't be running for office.
And the other thing people will say is, well, the Republicans, hey man, we're not Republicans.
No, we're not. I don't
know what to tell y'all.
I
don't give a fuck who you are. I'm not supporting this type of shit.
Not blindly, no.
That's crazy. Like, you just, like, there has to, especially at this moment, there's times to stand on some shit because it's the primary. It's not even, man, it's down to Eric Swalwell or Satan. Who we gonna vote for? Oh, did you hear about the scandal? It just dropped last night, but we got to vote in the morning. We're far away. This is the time to be like, pressure these people to step the fuck down.
Right.
And, you know, shout out to the fact that Democrats do stand for something. Republicans never stand for anything. Democrats forced this man out with pressure. Now, there is a Republican who stepped down recently because there's like 4 candidates or 4 different politicians that stepped down that are possibly going to end up stepping down because sexual allegations right now. But the Republican only stepped down after Swalwell stepped down, meaning I still give that to the Democrats. I'm not giving that to the Republicans. Republicans was going to let this man so they could keep their slight majority in Congress. They wanted that slight majority in the House.
He was like, I don't want that problem.
They were going to let that man keep that seat. Mike Johnson wasn't going to do shit. They have no backbone, no spine, no morals. It's very telling that Democrats got Swalwell out of the paint, knowing that they actually don't have the majority. They don't have the numbers to really be fucking around. And they said, but on this, we are solidified. You have to go. And then the Republicans are like, well, if they lose in one, I guess we'll take ours out because it doesn't change the advantage. It's my guess. But I don't think it was a moral come to Jesus moment.
Oh, no.
And that guy is accused of soliciting like sexual photos and pressuring his like aide, and she ended up dying by suicide. And then another woman came forward and was like, he also did similar things to me. So like, he should have been stepped. His stuff happened like months ago.
Stepped down, yeah.
And they kept going. So like, yes, it's because of Swalwell stepping down that this happened.
He didn't ever step down.
A 4th woman, a political social media influencer, Ali Samarco, said that after she reached out to Swalwell on Twitter in 2021, began messaging her on Snapchat chat almost every day, was always drunk texting and would send her dick pics. Swalwell also asked where she lived, she said, and then ran by her apartment building several times, stopping to say hi and giving her hugs, but not coming inside. He also gave her a personal tour of the Capitol. She said the contact fizzled when she met her boyfriend, who's now her husband, a few months later, though he recently contacted her to congratulate her on all her social media success. CNN reports that they corroborated key elements of each woman's account through a mix of social media exchanges, financial disclosures, Uber receipts, medical records from STD tests, and interviews with people they had confided in. Since Snapchat messages disappeared after 24 hours, the outlet said it did not review sexually explicit messages, but did see dozens of messages described as flirty. These allegations of sexual assault are flat out false. They are absolutely false. They did not happen, he said in social media video on Friday, and then Sunday he was like, actually, I'm stepping down. And then Monday, he was like, I'm
all the way out.
I'm all the way out. Yeah.
And, you know, that's probably one reason why the target was to get them on that platform. Because he was like, hey, after so long, this shit gonna disappear anyway.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like I don't mean,
like, to me, that's kind of a tell.
Yes, it is.
Like, I hate to say it, but like,
you use any other platform, right?
Moving the discussions to Snapchat with these women feels like a tale. Like you're automatically being, because I get it, you want to be careful and you're a public figure and maybe you don't want your dick out there, but there's another surefire 100% way to make sure your dick pic doesn't get out there. Guys, you're not gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe this. This is a life hack I'm about to give every human being on the planet. I hope you're writing this down, sitting down, make this go viral, put this clip. There's 100% foolproof way to make sure that your dick pic does not get out of your possession. Do not put a picture of your dick on anything, and then it won't happen. I'm just saying. I know that's a little old school. I know that's a little crazy what I said.
You do, ain't no telling.
Unpopular opinion, but like if your worry was, I don't want people to see my dick and it's totally on the up and up. I don't want this to get out of control. I'm gonna get on Snapchat with these women. I would say, or just don't send pictures of your dick out. Yeah, it's possible. I'm just saying. They said also the allegations of sexual. Oh yeah, they said they never happened. I will fight them with everything I have. His attorney sent 2 of the women cease and desist letters claiming the accusations are undermined by their voluntary and cooperative relationship with Mr. Swalwell over the course of many years. Russell Simmons used to do the same thing. I think what's interesting with that too is, I mean, because maybe it gets adjudicated in court and we find out it's a vast conspiracy to get him out of here. Anything could happen, but it'd be hell of a coincidence,
right? Somebody gotta be telling the truth. All these people.
And this isn't like one of those things where it's coming from these right wing people that just like Veritas, whatever that name of that group was, where it's like they were making up allegations and it was almost it was very easy for other publications to corroborate that, oh, this is a lie. You said he was here on this day, he was here. Like
right.
This, y'all, since y'all just lied, because I remember they used to lie to try to prove like the liberal media is just falsely accusing upstanding men of rape. So we went and got a woman to falsely accuse somebody, and every single time it was like, but that couldn't have happened because this, and this.
Right.
And that's because these things are vetted. So if CNN vetted this and they're like, yeah, we're going to publish it, I'm more prone to believe it happened than didn't. That's my personal feelings.
Right. Because like you said, the way they were able to get information like STD tests, which is actually private information. So that means these women were like, I will actually send you my private. This is not a HIPAA violation because right. I'm sending it to you.
Let me tell you who are the most disturbing people on the internet. And I don't know if any of y'all are these people, but the people that defend men like this sight unseen are very disturbing to me.
Yes, they are.
And there are some people out there doing that. Like they, same thing happened with Al Franken, and I get it. People want to go back and adjudicate that as like we reacted too harshly. If you say so, but I truly do feel like unless you know somebody's lying, and especially 6 women, I don't know how you feel so powerful to be like,
well, all you said about your whole ass chest.
Yeah, because the only things they throw out is either 1, I just don't think he would do it, and then 2 is Republicans get away with it, and I think both things are non-starters for me.
Ain't that
you gotta
okay,
go?
And they
you gotta
should go to jail too.
Yeah, I'm not saying you should have to believe every single accusations of everything, but I think the odds of 6 women lying is very low. Good luck to to everybody involved. But yeah, I think it says a lot that about the differences in the parties that he was gotten the fuck up out of there immediately.
Yeah, quickly too, and him doing that just solidifies that there is some truth to those stories. Like everybody, all these bitches ain't lying, y'all. Everybody can't be lying.
Right. Joe Rogan joined Trump to sign an order allowing psychedelic drug research. He was right behind him in the Oval Office, standing right there. All I'm saying is when these motherfuckers share these clips of Joe Rogan barely questioning the fascism that we're experiencing, and they go, Joe Rogan's starting to wake up. Hey, look at Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan he's hopping off the Trump train. I just want y'all to know this is why I never share those things as anything other than this motherfucker is an unserious person. Because at the end of the day, he gonna be sitting behind this man after he does the most bare minimum questioning. It's like, are we really locking people up for just being brown? Like, dude, for real? And then Theo Von or somebody's there is like, I mean, yeah, that doesn't seem good. I mean, that doesn't seem right? Like that's not a good thing. And I know people, I see these accounts
run with that bullshit,
and they be like, Joe is finally. I'm like, Joe been waking up for 10 years now.
Right.
He's not on your side. No, he's with not. This guy.
Yes, he is.
This speaks much more volumes. Him standing behind Donald Trump for this this speaks way more than any of the shit y'all are talking about with like, oh, he had a clip with Theo Von. Sorry, I didn't mean to play it. He had a clip with Theo Von. Well, yeah, okay. Then he also has this clip. Let's talk about this one.
Right, somebody who realistically had no fucking business in the room. Like, I don't mean no harm. Like any other president, his ass wouldn't have been in the fucking room. Why? Because
he liked drugs. He liked drugs that much. Can y'all imagine if Obama would have passed? Hey man, we're gonna get rid of the restrictions on weed, and Snoop Dogg was there. Like that's what this is for white people.
That's what it is.
It's crazy. Oh my God, the access they get for this the bullshit.
Right. Yep.
You know what? I'm mad enough. Yeah, let's move on. That's like
That's
why get more mad than that? That's a lot of mad.
More angrier. That
I'm at already. I don't see any reason to do that. Let's do black folks business real quick.
This thing right here that you're about to witness is not for everyone. It's black folks business.
This is black folks business. Don't worry about me.
I'm grown.
This is black folks business.
My own.
This is black folks business. Don't worry about me. I'm grown.
Psycho
music.
Shout out to Psycho Music. Black folks business. You know what? Let's start with one that's not fun and just get it out the way. And I say everything I'm about to say with love, and I just think it's important that a black man be saying this, you know. So Justin Fairfax, who was the lieutenant governor of Virginia during Governor Blackface's.
Yes, that black man, right?
Yes. And one of the reasons we did not want the governor Northrop to step down was because Lieutenant Governor Fairfax would have been next in line, and he had some corroborated allegations of sexual assault against him.
Yes, I remember that. He ended up stepping down out of that office, right?
I don't remember if he stepped down, because if I'm not mistaken, the way that their thing runs is not by party. So if the governor steps down and then the lieutenant governor steps down, a Republican would have become the governor. So okay, I don't remember him stepping down.
Okay, I'm with you.
He may have. I just don't remember.
Okay, I just remember him going out of the limelight. So I like, well, did he leave? Did he step down? What happened?
So you can't run for governor twice in a row in Virginia. So
okay, that's a state law. Okay.
Yes. So it wasn't like he was going to. The plan probably was that he would run after Northrop was out.
Oh, okay. After his term was over.
This scandal was so bad. This sexual assault allegations from 2000 to 2004 were so bad
that it
didn't work. Right. Like that, he wouldn't have been. I just don't know how he would have won.
Agree.
For me now, once again, public opinion, guys. I'm not a court of law. I'm just giving my opinion. But for me, the very damning thing that he did was he called his accuser like a bitch or something in a meeting in front of people. Yes. He said, fuck that bitch.
Oh,
and
so this shit is like on the record.
Yes.
Oh.
So for me personally, I thought that was so ill-tempered and egregious. If I would have thought he was innocent, I would have still been like, that's not how you respond to that.
You got to go.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
that just says you don't have the temperament for office. You said this in front of people.
Right. You don't have any self-control. What is this?
Right. And so, yeah, when he said, fuck that bitch, for me, I hopped off. Like, I wasn't on, to be honest, like with the whole, even after he got accused, a lot of people tried to do this is a black man and this is they always do this to us. And I think one of the women was black, by the way, if not both the women.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe, yes.
So it was just, I personally could not rock with Duda anyway. But I guess people in the political orbit some of them knew him personally. And so it's harder for them to, I guess, throw him away or to be open about the fact that like, that's my guy and whatever. And also, like, that's why I said I think it's important for me as a black man to say it. This is one of the major things I talk about all the time, where we will do the racial support for the men, but if it means a woman got to get thrown under the bus, like the black women who accuse them of sexual assault,
so be it.
So be it, because our the racial support always should go to the men.
Right.
And a lot of times when people center black men in this, like, when we try to do things to specifically center on black men and what we need within the confines of the black community, especially cishet black men, like not gay, not trans, just cishet black men. A lot of times we struggle with the difference between what I believe to be almost like a level of entitlement and enabling versus a level of expressing love through having some level of like having a standard.
Yes,
you know?
and accountability.
Yes, accountability. That's the word I was looking for. Accountability. I'm not delving into this Republican black men have a pathological issue. I'm not delving into the gender wars. I love us.
Right. I love us.
And
too.
I've said stuff like this in the past, and maybe I've been inarticulate, or people have just decided to be bad faith listeners and take me as if I'm attacking. But I think I actually speak for a lot of black men, if not the majority of black men, but definitely a lot of black men who think we don't have to call support of someone who's done something wrong or bad. We don't have to turn that support into a like a stand culture of like, I got to defend this guy at all costs.
Or a cause. And a lot of times, me on the outside looking in, a lot of times people, like, they keep saying it's, whatchamacallit, the Tillman. Mm-hmm. They keep bringing
Emmett Till.
And I'm like, hey y'all, this shit ain't the same. Like they, it's like y'all comparing apples and oranges in my brain.
Yes.
You can't say somebody said something bad, a black man did something wrong, and because you see
it's racism.
Yeah, you see yourself in this person. I get that. You see yourself in this person. I get that. But just because you see yourself in somebody, you do not need to hold them up to everything is racist.
And I want these people to be upstanding folks.
Right.
I ain't never rooting against them. I don't come on here and just start shitting on people just out of nowhere or whatever. But he was a guy that he seemed like a bad dude at the time. And I guess behind the scenes, there's a lot of people that knew him for different social reasons and stuff. Roland Martin apparently was one of them. I'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
But I just wanted to say, like, I think accountability is love as well.
I do too.
And I don't think it's, as long as you don't slip into demonizing and pathologizing, there's an accountability that should be shown because you do respect black people, right? So I respect the black man, my brother, my this, my that. I'm not going to be like, well, sometimes you just sexually assault people. Like, I still got your back, man. I actually don't have your back. I think that's wrong. That's too far. And I can't fuck with you anymore, especially when this type of violence is intracommunal violence, which means I have to disrespect the people who are victims of this violence in order to have your back, which to me don't feel very pro-black at all. It's either all of us or it's none of us.
Agreed.
You know, and unless you're like anti-black, you know, like it's Jason Whitlock or something, then fuck that dude forever. But anyway, so he dies, and that's how it was reported that he died. Justin Fairfax died, and I saw it on Twitter. The first few headlines I saw, he died. Him and his wife died. was the next one.
Okay,
I saw.
that's what I seen. That's all I seen.
That was the
Him and
next
his
thing I
wife
saw. Him
died.
and his wife died.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, like I didn't retweet it because I saw it first thing I woke up or whatever. Or first when I looked at, and I was like, wait, isn't that the dude that was accused of sexual assault? Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm staying away from it. People die, but man, he was young. That's what I thought. Turns out he suicide his wife.
Oh no!
His kids were in the house.
Oh no!
Karen, I'm not joking.
Oh,
I'm not joking.
Wow.
I saw multiple, not one or two, multiple people put out tributes to him. Like, you know, rest in peace to my brother Justin. Such a terrible tragedy.
This is domestic violence. What are we doing here?
You know, and it was couched under this idea of like, you know, check on your friends and their mental health. You know, we reach out to these people, you know, and I'm not saying his mental health doesn't matter. I'm not saying he wasn't depressed or whatever.
Right.
But when do we frame things like that when somebody has killed an innocent black woman? And then people started passing around lies on the internet. Now, this is the internet, not media sources. So take this with a grain of salt, meaning this could have just been my algorithm showing me the worst type of people.
Right.
But there were people trying to spread this like, well, what do you expect, man? His wife was going to take him for everything. She was filing for divorce.
Well, she had the right to.
But it turns out in the divorce filings, she's providing everything. He because of his scandal and his assault, he hasn't had a job.
Yeah, because you know, with shit like that, you when you leave, they were like, oh nigga, you gone, you can't even run for dog catchers. What are we doing here?
Right. And they say he became obsessed with trying to like clear his name and get back into politics.
Right. She's like, you're not wasting my money on this.
Well, I don't know that she said that, Karen. I don't know that at all. I'm saying that obsession, you're never going to get it back, but I can see how that would
drive somebody. Yeah,
it erodes your mental health because you just thinking like, man, I was popping, I was like the next Obama, and now
she may have been trying to get him help or something.
Who knows?
Like that. Like you said,
we don't
really know, right? You don't know.
What I do know is he murdered her.
That's a fact. She's no longer here. And he ain't either.
How are you writing tributes to him as your first response? You know what I'm saying? And like it sounded like these people knew enough because the things that they intimated was stuff about mental health. So like you did cover the suicide part, but what about the murder part? Like she's just a part of his tragedy to these folks.
Yeah.
And so Roland Martin got in trouble. I think Roland Martin, you know, tent pole of black media, all that stuff, a lot of responsibility on his shoulder. I think he's very good at like spreading the word about black media and all this stuff, but he has always, in my opinion, had certain blind spots when it comes to women.
Yep. Because this
and
is
black
not the
women
first time he's fucked up with issues.
I'm not
with
accusing
women.
him of being like anti-black woman or anything. I think he has plenty of black women on his platform.
Right.
I think he's intentional about it. I think he's I've never heard anyone who worked with him really having an issue necessarily, but just from time to time, every few years, he has a thing pop up.
I'll be like, hey, dog.
Right. Black women get upset, and then we got to go through this.
Right.
So apparently, he had shared a post about Justin Fairfax. Last night I received an email from Sigma Pi Phi. That's how? I didn't know that's how it was. Fraternity Incorporated leadership regarding my IG threads, Facebook post on Justin Fairfax murder suicide. It said that the Grand Grammatias was requesting that I ask you to remove the reference and pictures related to Sigma Pi Phi on your post.
Because they're like, what do we got to do with this?
To adhere to the Boulet's social media policy of sharing members' names and images on our society on social media.
Yeah,
he added,
I could see them being like,
I never want to delete social posts, even when people disagree. Discourse is valuable in any society. As a member, I'm doing it, but it certainly is not my desire. I also made clear that I would publicly state the reason for this, and I'll make one thing clear. Roland Martin Unfiltered and the Black Star Network is committed to covering this story and others, as well as the impact on black women, black men, and we will continue to demand that brothers as individuals and leadership of black male organizations should talk to combat domestic violence and confront mental health. We can tout I am our brother's keeper. We can't tout I am our brother's keeper if we're silent and complacent on these issues. He held a panel discussion on the mental health of black men during the show on Thursday after it was discovered that Fairfax, who unsuccessfully ran for governor, shot and killed Wanzer Fairfax, his wife, before turning the gun on himself. The death of Wanzer Fairfax and the manner in which she died sent shockwaves across the country, adding to a growing conversation about femicide in relation to recent headlines. Yeah, I told y'all, man, we do guess the race on this show. I literally probably see, and this is not a black thing, this is a man thing. I literally see, I'm gonna say, be conservative, 6 stories a day of some man killing a woman. Not that women never do it, but it's not close.
It's not close.
It's not even. For the more logical species, we sure do murder a lot.
Y'all are waxing the women's asses when it comes to murdering the other species.
Okay, someone said her name is Sorintha. What? So what? So this article got it wrong for his wife's name. I didn't. Oh, so it says Serena, Cerna. So it's Serena or Karina. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get it wrong, but if y'all can correct me in the chat. Okay, Serena. Thank you guys. Okay, so it's Serena is how you pronounce it. So he said his original post reflected on his shared fraternity history with Fairfax. Today's Roland Martin Unfiltered is going to be difficult, very difficult. I knew Justin and his wife, Serena Fairfax. I was simply stunned this morning when hearing the devastating news of the murder-suicide. Justin was my hashtag APIA, I guess this his brother in the fraternity. Alphas, okay. So that's what the Alphas is? They Sigma Pop? Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, he's my brother in the same Sigma Pi Phi chapter. Yes, you're right. Fraternity chapter, Beta Nu. Last year, Serena texted me to tell me that she recommended Norfolk State University have me as their commencement speaker and was saddened that they picked someone else. Serena is a dentist by profession, was an accomplished woman in her own right. I was personally aware of how devastated Justin was about the 2 sexual assault allegations made against him when he was 48 hours away from becoming the governor of Virginia in the wake of Governor Ralph Northam blackface scandal. His political career never recovered. We often texted, but did not in the last year. I'm so saddened for their 2 children. They are now left without a mom and a dad, and now I have to carry the emotional toll of Justin's actions. Domestic violence is real, and so is mental health. I have booked 2 black male mental health experts to speak on this tonight. Please be in prayer for those kids, Serena's family, and Justin. This tragedy has altered the lives of many. So they asked him to take it down, and he took it down. Somebody had said like what is it? Oh, he had replied to somebody, this is ridiculous. I shared details of my relationship with both of them and you got a problem with that, and I also despise the N-word from anyone. So somebody must have called him like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, what? Yeah, so I don't know, man. I the thing I want to point out though is it wasn't just a Roland Martin thing. It was actually a shit ton of people. Maybe they didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, because a lot of people get you when you start talking about shit like that. But it's
like then maybe don't post. Yeah, don't post it if you know that's the homie and you can't say anything bad about what he did.
You'd have been better off saying absolutely positively nothing, right?
Yeah.
And because you sticking the toe in there and not addressing it properly for a lot of people is the problem. Particularly, it's so many people that have lost family members to this, have been the victims of this themselves, have been the children of people going through this, that a topic like this is something you can't just copy and paste and keep it pushing. You know, if this would have been something else and it'd have been like he died on his own or this may have been self thing, you probably could have made you could have made that statement and nobody would have said anything. But once you involve his wife, who literally he took them both out, the conversation has to change. So you have to adjust accordingly. And if you can't, that's the issue. That's the issue that people are having. People don't have an issue with you coming out and saying anything or anything like that. All they're saying, if you're going to acknowledge this, you need to acknowledge this in its totality, not just based off your relationship with him.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times in our solidarity, this, you know, trying to make sure I say this right. We as black men have to be careful about all of the aspects of our solidarity with each other. Meaning sometimes the bond is shared to this point of the detriment of other people, and it even becomes the point for certain people. Like,
I can see that, yes.
Oh, we are bonding over the fact that we both dislike gay people and are uncomfortable with that. We are bonding over the fact that we don't like women and we're uncomfortable with that.
Right.
And some of the times it's just literally you're not thinking about anyone else, really.
No, you're not.
You're not thinking about what
you're not forced to.
Somebody else who is not a black man reading this. Like, sometimes people say we need a safe space for black men, and I do recognize and understand that, because you probably need spaces where you can be. Everyone needs a safe space.
Everybody.
You need a space where you can kind of be wrong sometimes, and people come in and check you.
Right.
And it's not like to stun on you, but it's just because they love you and they don't want you to be wrong.
And they want you to be the best version of yourself.
Yes. But a lot of times when people pitch that safe space idea, what they really mean is, I want you to be able to be wrong and there's no correction.
Right. That's really what they mean, right? They don't want the correction part. They just want the space.
Because basically, like, I understand you and I'm just going to assume you're a good person. But I just can't give you all of that. The same way that if they say we want a white space where you can be racist, but we just going to assume you don't mean it. I don't think that space should exist unchallenged. I think there should be people in there going, actually, no, we're not going to be on that.
Right.
And so a lot of times I'm a little bit wary of people who will make a living doing what they call like black men work, like the black men's mental health, black men's, not because I think they shouldn't do it.
Yeah, because the work
but
needs to be
I
done.
think how you do it
matters.
And if like I remember in high school we went on a retreat for one of my classes, and they were basically gonna talk to us about sex and stuff.
Okay.
And it was an overnight thing at a camp, and they split us up into boys and girls in one situation, and they had the men coaches and stuff talk to us about sex and the responsibility of it and what to be expecting in college and all that stuff. And then they split the girls off. And then at the end, they bring us back together for assembly, and then we all go to bed,
I know y'all had two completely different conversations.
I'm not joking. When we walked out of the men's section, we were laughing because it had gotten silly. It had been fun. A couple coaches had gotten kind of candid. A coach told us a story of the warning they gave us about girls. The story I won't forget is the one where the coach told me how he had a teammate in college who was all in love with this girl, and then he was going to visit her in her dorm, and he was walking up the stairs, and there's a line of dudes, and the line kept going longer and longer. He got to her room, and the line was going to her room because everybody was running the train on her.
Okay.
And it was a big laugh. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh,
and it was because you can't trust these women, basically.
Right.
That was the lesson he imparted to us impressionable 15, 16-year-old boys.
That's not the lesson.
A room full of us.
Yeah, that's not the lesson.
But, like, you know.
Right.
But, like, the lesson we got was be careful. She might be a hoe, basically.
Right.
The girls came back crying.
I can imagine this
because I know the lessons.
Stories.
We all know the lessons they were told.
Mm-hmm. And the stories that they were probably sharing personally too, that happened to them with mama's boyfriend, with their daddy.
The lessons they had already
uncle.
learned, the things that I've been subjected to, the things that were confirmed, and that this nightmare was never ending. Meaning,
agreed.
Yeah, once you become a grown ass woman, it's still gonna keep like you still gotta be careful on the swivel about all this shit. Your Eric Swalwells are out there, you know, and I just remember sitting in that room, and there was this cute girl that she was so smart and so beautiful, and it was the kind of girl where like everybody got a crush on her.
Yeah.
And she was very nice to me. I don't know why she was so nice to me. We sat together on the bus and everything, and you know, I was
probably because she didn't feel, not trying to be funny. She was like, "Oh, you're not a threat." Not trying to be funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm not. You like that might have been her vibe. She was like, "Oh, I don't have to worry about you trying to push up on me."
Yeah, I'm
like
such a nerd.
Yeah,
I
you are oblivious to stuff like that anyway.
Yeah.
Yes,
I would have wrote a 12-page letter or something. I wouldn't have known what to do.
No.
But she was, you know, I remember on the way to the bus thinking like, on the way coming on the bus, sitting next to her and then talking a little bit when we got there and sitting next, she was my partner for seats or whatever. I just remember thinking like, she's so beautiful, she's so smart, future ahead, she's gonna be a star. I don't even know what she's gonna be in life, but she's just gonna be a star.
Right. You can look at some people, you go, oh, you're gonna be somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You can just tell. But those are also the same things that make you a target.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
Right? Especially from like older guys and all this type of stuff. Because we're still kids, even though we're both kids. We're in this thing together because we're both kids. I'm immature as a kid because I was playing with Transformers, but still, you're a kid.
Right.
But when we sat back down next to each other, man, she was sobbing, crying, like inconsolable. And they had to like come escort her out, you know? And I felt a level of shame because of how uproarious our laughter was when we walked in. And that's not like I was making jokes. I didn't, to be honest, I was kind of like, what's funny about this, you know?
Right.
But I also was a very sheltered, nerdy kid. So like, now that I'm older, I'm like, I know what they were laughing at. It's just fucked up. But as a kid, I was like,
you don't
what?
have the words. You're trying to, I'm
yeah.
with you.
So like, don't like girls cause they gonna all be hoes. Like, what's the lesson you teaching us? Anyway, I think about that a lot when I think of stuff like this, cause I know Roland Martin has to cover it. This is not an indictment on Roland Martin. It's a tough thing to cover.
Yes.
It's your friend. That's even tougher.
Agreed.
You knew this couple. These are your friends. Let me correct that.
Right.
It's
you
even
knew
tougher.
them both personally. Agreed.
And everyone in this world is watching you to see what you're going to say. And you don't want to say nothing, but you also probably don't want to like denigrate your friend because it is a tragedy. It is a mental health tragedy too. But I have a hard time believing that if this were, say, a white person going through a mental health tragedy and they killed a black couple and then killed themselves, I have a hard time believing, even if I knew that white person, that I'm gonna be writing like, well, you know, man, we went to the same college and it's just sad to see this, you know, he killed that black couple, you know, and I knew them too. They were my friends. Like, I just don't think we would do that. And I think a lot of our sisters, they see that. They see that what we consider, we have to be careful because empathy can become like an excuse.
Yes.
To where we actually are aligning with some shit that we say we wouldn't. We wouldn't take it from no other demographic, but because it's a black man, we would, or we make a reason for it. I saw Jay Electronica he was performing something last night and he said free Puff. And I went, what is that?
What does that mean?
What is that?
Right.
What other person is being, even if you just saw the video, fuck the court case. If you saw the video, why is that a cool thing to say? And that's that black male solidarity shit where it's disguised as like, no, I'm really just looking out because someone need to support our brothers. And then it turns into this like, there's nothing a brother can do that's wrong except what I'm doing right now, which is saying, hey, we need to chill on that and be accountable. There's gonna be people more upset to hear this than they are to hear this man murdered his wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You get a deeper response. And like, as a black woman, and as you see different scenarios, different situations pop up on, particularly with social media, where it's a black man and a black woman, with the video, the football player who like punched his wife in the elevator and things like that.
Ray Rice.
Right. Okay. this is how I truly feel about it. And I understand that black men support black men because y'all love yourselves and y'all see yourselves in them. I completely understand that. But sometimes I think it could be to your detriment if you as a black man aren't holding other fellow black men as accountable and or responsible for their own actions. It impacts everybody as a totality. I understand that you personally, I don't rape, I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't do this. Okay, you now you particularly don't, but a lot of times they don't wear t-shirts, they don't wear hats, and a lot of times they're not gonna talk to you because they know you're not down with the shit. So a lot of times when you ask people, they go, well, I don't know nobody like that. But they are victims. There are a lot of victims. So nobody knows nobody that raped anybody, but there are a whole lot of fucking victims out there that have been raped. There's a disconnect to me. And on top of that, for me personally, when you listen to like various different podcasts, radio hosts and things like that, a black man does something wrong, then you have the nerves to go out and defend them based on nothing a lot of times either. Like you haven't done your research, you ain't looked, you ain't done nothing, you just rah, just talking. And then a black woman be like, hey dog, all these bitches ain't lying. Something happened to somebody. Like shit does happen to people. And you get offended because how dare you say that me, who don't rape anybody, is out here raping somebody.
Right.
You get offended when people say that. And my thing is this, don't defend them. And then you won't have people saying, why are you out here talking? Are you an abuser? Do you rape people? And you go, no. Well, then this is the conversation that needs to be had. You don't need to be talking to me. You need to be talking to them.
And here's something it's a catch-all, but I'm going to say it and, we can move on. But I get upset because to me, it's very simple. If you won't say anything when these men are credibly accused of sexual assault and you just ignore it, Cuban B, it's not really news, or you jump to their defense or whatever, then don't say anything in this moment either.
That's my whole thing.
Just cause you can't be the person who is like, man, he ain't do nothing, these bitches be lying. You can't be the person that goes, nothing to see here, man, that ain't my business. And then when this happens, man, that was a good brother. It's a shame what they did to that brother. Man, he was the first lieutenant governor. And then all of a sudden, here come the resume. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Are we resumeing people that do shit like this in death? I don't see that often. And I don't think we should move the goalpost because it's a brother that it went through. Like, it is sad and tragic to me.
It is.
It is. But and I'm sure, and like, of course, it's got to be part of mental health. I mean, who the fuck is killing?
Right.
Like, it's obvious. That's obvious. It almost goes without saying. But I think the solidarity part of it, and then
solidarity,
and then the not understanding why our sisters feel so injured,
right?
By the
insulted
love, the outpouring of love for this man. That was the first knee slap response. Now, and for the record, I just want to clear this up. It was not just black men. I'm saying this is black folks' business. Mm-hmm. I'm saying brothers were the one I saw doing this in the community.
Right.
But I saw major publications publishing like shit right away. Like, hey, rest in peace to this guy. I'm like, the fuck? Let me read the article. It says he fucking killed his wife and his kids was in the house.
It's like you're burying the lead.
But maybe maybe they're afraid of black people being upset. They're like, we don't want to say. Maybe I don't know what the rules are, but it just seemed like you take a beat and don't put that out. Report the facts in the headline.
Report the facts.
So-and-so dies by murder, suicide. Don't eulogize the man and then act like people are crazy to be like, why are you eulogizing this guy? Mm-hmm. Now, all that being said, man, I hope I navigated that segment clearly enough that the motherfuckers aren't going to be writing me like they fucking feelings are hurt or like I turned on the community. Because I said we can have a little bit of accountability. To me, accountability is love.
Yes.
Saying when people say, am I my brother's keeper, it's like to them some type of loyalty oath. But I don't think it needs to be that. I think it's just, these are the tenets of brotherhood and we should uphold them. And when you stop upholding them, guess what? You're out of the brotherhood. That's how that works. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know that I'm ever going to be on here caping for Bill Cosby because he black. That's not a good enough reason for me.
Nope.
And the thing is, I expect better than that from everybody, not just black men. I expect that from everybody. I be on here all the time when it's even if it's like a black woman thing or black gay people or something, and it's like, well, look, I know that this person accused of sexual assault, but they are gay, so no. A good person is good person. Bad people do bad shit type of situation. I can't be out here excusing the balls and strikes because we both the same on the same thing on the census. That's not enough. So hopefully people can put this behind them. And I know this isn't a fun one to talk about. I know people was like, oh, excited. But I feel like this is black folks' business. I don't really care about what white people think about this shit because it's really not for them. And I really don't think white people can take this and be like, let me send it to a black. Like, it's not going to work. I'm saying for black folks, especially black men, this shit hurts our community when we uphold somebody who's done terrible things. Just because black man, that's not a good enough reason.
That's all I'm saying. Like, and it's one of them things. I said it before, and I will say it again. Niggas support niggas because they niggas know. It needs to be a little bit deeper than that, dog.
Yeah, and I know you're gonna listen. You're gonna listen to a ton of fucking podcasts with black men the next couple weeks. Some of them are gonna probably, be more gentle and nice about him, and it's a tragedy for him, and also I guess his wife that he murdered. There's gonna be a lot of people who won't talk about it.
Right.
There's gonna be a lot of people that had his back during the allegations and now won't admit, like, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I do understand it's difficult to talk about, but that's what we do here. Mm-hmm. And I know some of y'all are just gonna listen to this episode and be like, Rod hates Mamdani. He said that he was a Muslim Sharia law terrorist that is gonna kick the rich people out of New York. Cause y'all don't be listening to what the fuck I say anyway. Y'all just gonna be like, I was arguing on Twitter and it felt like Rod to me.
This is my last episode.
Time to write something on YouTube and I quit. I'll never hear this again. Okay. Have a good one. All right. I'll try to end on something a little lighter than that because that was tough.
I was say white people news.
I was gonna go to I was gonna keep it in. Let's go to guest race. Let's go to guest race. That's a good one. Now I was gonna just go do another less lighter black people news story, but black folks business story. But we can do those tomorrow.
Okay,
this is a little bit serious, so let's go to something fun like guess the race, guys.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
I think we all agree racism's always funny. So let's just move on to something hilarious like guessing races. While on a fishing boat for a snorkel tour in southern Hawaii, a man from out of town repeatedly stabbed a boat captain in the head and the body.
Oh, damn, that's the man that's supposed to get us back to shore. The fuck?
Captain stabbing indeed.
Oh, no. We gonna die out here because you stabbing people.
I haven't seen a tragedy on a boat this bad since Joey Greco was on Cheaters.
Right, yeah, and that was a hell of a stabbing.
Avery Neeson, 21, stands charged with second-degree attempted murder, first-degree assault, second-degree assault with the Hawaii Police Department accusing him. It was Thursday afternoon. He was aboard a fishing vessel. Fishing vessel. Why can't I say that, y'all? Aboard a fishing vessel. There we go. That's how it's done, kids. Along with the captain and others off the coast of Kailua Kona, a town on the west coast of the southernmost island of Hawaii. They were going for a 3-hour snorkel tour.
Which is something my dumb ass I'd have been on the boat with him.
A 3-hour tour.
I enjoy snorkeling.
A 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour.
Officers allege that at some point Neeson attacked the 62-year-old boat captain with a fillet knife. The suspect, who was from eastern Kansas, had to be restrained by other people on the boat. Yeah, you damn right. I don't know how to pilot this bitch.
That's what I'm saying. We all can't die. The captain can't die, buddy.
All right. About 3:21 p.m., patrol officers responded, and they were told the fishing vessel was returning from sea with the victim and suspect of a stabbing incident on board. The captain sustained a stab wound to the lower abdomen, numerous knife cuts to the hand and head, and he was brought to an area hospital where he's in stable condition. Thank God.
Right? He could have died out there.
The motive behind the attack is unknown.
Of course it's unknown. We snorkeling. Nobody knew this shit was going to happen.
Right. And they said anyone with additional information, contact blah, blah, blah. All right, Karen, guess the race of Mr. Avery Neeson.
Avery Neeson is white.
Karen's going white.
Niggas don't want to get their head wet in the ocean.
No idea if he's related to Liam Neeson. So we don't know.
Ask somebody who went snorkeling, I made that statement. But hey, I'm the special one.
Okay. You was the black snowflake by the coral reefs.
Clear I was.
Trey says white for his guess. He's the only one that guessed. We might have a delay. Who knows? But I'll just say white. You got it correct.
Mm-hmm. He did that. He got that Shaggy Doo. I mean, not Shaggy Doo, but
Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Shaggy from Scooby Doo. Yeah, good.
What was Shaggy's last name? Maybe it was Doo.
Right? I don't know if that character even had a last name.
Him and Scooby might be related.
They might be.
Shaggy Doo. A man exposed his buttocks and anus to a teenage fast food employee.
Oh, damn.
It's me, black ass. Oh, why didn't you tell me that? Y'all watch Half Baked? I don't know. A 20-year-old man has been 20-year-old man has been arrested and charged with indecent exposure and disorderly intoxication at a public place.
You don't say. Intoxication has
alcohol has something to do with it. 10:30 p.m. April 14th, day before tax day. He was probably stressed out.
You know he was.
He showed up in Culver's. We got Culver's in South Carolina.
Yeah, I've never eaten that one before, but yeah, we got them around here.
He appeared to be intoxicated, and he was being unruly with him and I guess a couple young men, other young men. And the group reportedly climbed on the seats in their booth, and the manager told them they would be asked to leave if they continued this behavior. Because that is how low the bar is at fast food and restaurants in America. We're like,
we just want to
don't keep this up. You got 5 more minutes to stand on that.
I don't want to have to call the police. To them, they're like, because if I call the police, we're disrupting service. I would rather just, you get out of here and we can all move on with our lives.
Sir, get down from that table. This is the fourth time I'm telling you.
Last warning, Buster Brown.
This is the last 10 times I'm saying it.
Right? I will repeat myself one more time just for you.
If you do this, I will ask you to leave.
Again.
Which you could refuse to do, but I will ask. Don't make me.
I will keep asking until the security guard comes back from his rounds.
Following this warning, 2 of the young men, including Mauer, allegedly went up to the counter and started to make animal noises. Mauer allegedly climbed on the counter and pulled his shorts down, exposing his buttocks and anus to a 16-year-old female employee. He was approximately 3 feet from her at the time.
Oh, no. So, they got a good clean view.
Also, they are emphasizing the age because that's probably some other type of charge.
Yes, it is.
Like it's probably like it went from disorderly conduct to child sexual endangerment or some shit because he was out here opening his cheeks up.
Right. Showing everybody what he working with.
Video surveillance footage viewed by the police corroborated the statements.
Oh, you don't say. You
got him on 4K.
Say.
That's the officer's like, yep, that's an asshole. Can we get that? Can we get that on the hard drive?
Right. We got multiple angles of you doing this from the front, from the side, and the back. And I got 14 cameras around here, sir.
Right.
That's why they nicely ask you to leave.
This is an open and butt case. An arrest warrant was obtained by the outlet. It states the victim was upset. She wanted to press charges.
You know what they was like? They was like, we're going to get to the bottom of this situation.
This guy's a real asshole.
He didn't know how to turn the cheek.
Turn the other cheek.
Yeah, turn the other cheek. Yes, my bad. Turn the cheek.
This guy's nuts.
That's a good one.
He was arrested and
Boy,
charged.
he had the balls.
Yeah, a lot of balls.
That's a good one. That's ridiculous. Why do y'all listen to this show?
It was ridiculous. He put the dick in ridiculous.
Yes, he did.
I've heard of tap to pay, but not sack to pay.
Oh, no.
He was arrested and charged and later released on $2,000 bond. Okay. Karen guessed the race of Mr. What is his name? Governor Maurer.
Governor.
His name is Governor Maurer.
His name. He's not a governor.
He's not a governor. His name is Governor.
Oh no! Who parent does that to a child?
Right. That's wild. Governor.
Oh, right.
That's not governly behavior.
Why?
Unless you want to be the governor of California, apparently.
Why?
Okay,
we don't name our children governor, and I'm surprised they name their children after fruits and vegetables. White.
We used to name our children after governor back in the day. In like the 1900s, 1800s, because like black people were newly freed, and when I'm sorry I turned this into school.
No. I like this.
Sorry I turned this into school, but because of black kids and black people weren't respected, a lot of times people would give their kids names that facilitated respect.
Okay, that makes complete sense. Yeah.
It's
you have kids called governor, kids called senator.
Yeah, so there used to be a time where they would have like esteemed names like that, and that'd be like your kid's first name, because he was like, ain't no white person gonna disrespect my kid.
Cause what you ain't gonna do is call him boy. I'm with you, baby.
The chat room says yes. The return of CSI Miami clapback shenanigans. Thank you, Rich. I'm glad you know. Spell the last name. The last name is Maurer. Maurer. Released white. White nonsense. Todd says black. Cass always says it's given like an island name. I think that's why those people are saying that, because islands also is another, like Jamaica and stuff, also big on these type of names.
Oh, okay.
European American white. That's some white boy shenanigans, says Cypher. I'm going black, says Cass always. So most people went white. 2 people went black. The whites got it correct. If you said black, I'm sorry you missed it.
He looked like he gonna be in one of them Bosley commercials talking about getting your hairline together.
Oh, he just looks like a assembly line white guy.
Like I said, he gonna be like, look, you too can get your hair back.
His face also looks like he fully realized the hangover was coming. Like he looked like
they look like they caught him on the end of
like he had just
like
sobered up,
coming down. Yeah.
Like they just took the picture for his picture for the mugshot as the hangover was kicking in. All right, let's go to, of course, the bonus round where Karen is she is 2 for 2.
Woohoo!
That bitch was white.
I ain't racist.
How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to get the race.
Gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big guy, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
Got a little Allen beef going on in the chat room. Apparently Jamaica versus Trinidad happening down there. A Florida woman tore up a Subway restaurant because she was upset about the peppers on her sandwich and demanded a new one.
Oh, you didn't have to tear the restaurant up, tear the club up. No, ma'am.
Tear the sub up. Tear the sub up.
No, we'd actually would be more than happy to make you another sandwich.
I'm going to be honest, too. This is why I go Jersey Mike's.
You don't never had that problem. No.
They don't be doing this in Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's is like the Target versus Walmart to Subway.
Ain't it though? They was like, we'll cut it fresh in front of you. Yeah.
If I saw this happening in Jersey Mike's, I'd be like, this is Subway behavior.
Come on, I clutch my pearls.
Girl, you better go get you a $5 foot long.
This look like prepared packaged meat. What is this?
Did they fresh shave this? I don't think this is fresh shade.
If they did, I don't want it.
After placing an online order, so she placed an online order.
Okay, so that means they had to go pick it up.
Unique Clark.
Oh.
Or I'm Unique Clark. If you want the spelling.
Please do.
I.
Okay.
Apostrophe.
Oh, okay.
Munique.
Oh.
So it might be I'm unique because if you put a space between the words, it spells I'm unique. Oh. But it might be pronounced unique
because of the.
But I don't know.
Right. You know, it's no disrespect. No disrespect.
But I'm Unique Clark, 33, or Unique, picked up her sandwich at the Subway. She used her Sub Club rewards points, so it was a free sub. See, the Jersey Mike Sub Club, they would have took care of you. Can't trust the Subway Sub Club.
Can't trust it.
Okay, a lot of turnstile hopping on the Subway, if you know what I'm saying. Shortly after, she came back into the store and was upset about the peppers on her sandwich and demanded a new one. The Subway employee told her the sandwich was made how she ordered it online and that the new grub could not be forthcoming. In the wake of the hoagie denial, Clark pushed a cash register and a printer off the counter. She then reached into the sanctity of the cookie display and threw multiple trays of baked delicacies onto the floor. Oh, you never come.
Damn.
You never come for the cookies. She murdered 37 cookies that day.
Yes, she did.
They got it in the article.
And the thing is,
it's Subway, so they can pick them up after 30 seconds and put it back on the shelf. You right?
No.
That's not what you was gonna say?
No.
Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say because they ordered it online, you can't say they're hearing bad because they actually made it like they said the way you ordered it. Like, so if you didn't want it, you
I'm prone to believe.
I believe
the Subway people.
Me too.
Now, if I worked at Subway, would I give a fuck? No. I'm not Mr. Subway.
No,
yes, I will make you another sandwich.
I would have made him another sandwich.
Let me tell you something, ma'am. Spoiler alert: they're both shitty sandwiches. They're both from Subway, unless Subway is sponsoring this. But they
the best. $5 foot long.
Right. Jared Innocent. No, I'm just kidding. Clark's.
Look at you going against your word.
Right.
Access about that. Right out here, chest time, black men, but caping for the white
Jared
man.
Innocent because they got Subway money.
Look at him.
Clark's Subway rage was recorded by the security camera, and the defendant used her own real name and phone number when she placed the order. So,
cause she a club member, they got all your information. I mean, you're attaching your credit. You paid online, so all your information is on the site.
You gotta have real ID to register for the Subway Club.
Yeah, come on. They was like, no.
They got the TSA face recognition for Subway.
They were like, we ain't gonna take your word for it. You be
arrested Wednesday for the incident last month. She was charged with criminal mischief. She bonded out of jail, posted $500 on misdemeanor count. She has previously been convicted of grand theft for stealing merchandise from Bealls Bealls department store in 2023. She was arrested for slashing her children's father with a butcher knife.
Oh, damn.
He must have not had them peppers on the sandwich right that day. Things got too spicy for the pepper.
Apparently he did it. You know what? I bet you her turn over them cookies cost more than the sub.
Yeah. Because the sub is only like 10% bread and 90% yoga mat.
Yeah, you let Europe tell her. Europe was like, this is not bread.
I guess
they like, this is 99% sugar.
I like to go back to my original joke that was from American Dad, that this joke is probably only one for Karen. Things got a little too slicey for the pepper.
That's good. I see you, Francine.
But prosecutors subsequently dropped that felony case against her about the butcher knife. So guess the race of Unique or I'm Unique Clark.
Oh, I'm going black. Yeah, and they dropped that case because he won't be sliced up like a Subway sandwich.
Todzilla says, black. Black. Just got a BBL using a wheelchair at the Florida airport. Black.
Oh, no.
That's very specific. I feel like Marlene knows somebody.
Personally, right?
Black. Everyone went black on this one. And the correct answer is black.
Okay.
Man, what I would have given for this to be anything but black. Not because I'm ashamed, but just because wouldn't that have blown our fucking minds if it was just like oh no, that's actually a German name. Whatever, yeah, like what?
I'd have been like, what is happening here?
But nah, that's black, and she looked like you should get her peppers right. I would have Unique wouldn't have fought me because I would have got them peppers right for sis.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
I would have
just
like remade the sandwich. I'd have been like, you know what? I'll pay for your sandwich. Here's your. I'll make you one for free.
Still, even though the employees were probably correct in that the order online said whatever and they just filled the order, I'm still on her side. Because honestly, it ain't worth it, bro. Just fucking give her the goddamn sandwich, Mr. Sub. Why you Mr. Way? Do you live on Subway? Like, what are you doing? What's in it for you? Someone said Baps. That's hilarious. All right.
They did have that Baps happening.
Sword ratchetness time, of course.
Facing charges after he barricaded himself inside a home. Deputies say around 1:15 this afternoon, 24-year-old.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
man. That's a mugshot.
Ain't it though?
What was a sword do? What was any sharp object?
Jerron, how you spell this now? How you
Jerron Riddick.
Okay, I'm about to say I don't want this, but I think it looked like I spelled Jerron.
What was a sharp object doing in his vicinity at any point?
I do not know.
I would not give that man.
He did that shit.
I would not give this man safety scissors. Like if they gave him, they would become unsafety scissors.
They were like, give him the door crayons. What are we doing here, y'all?
You
do not get the number 2 pencils.
We just be letting anybody have a sword.
Jaron Riddick was wielding a sword, attempting to burglarize William Coxey Flooring Company on Bowling Springs Road. They say he ran to a home on Mike Drive where he barricaded himself inside. We're told he was taken into custody just after 2 o'clock. Deputies say he's facing several charges tonight.
Really, Clarkson Floral Company sounds black too.
Here's my thing though, Karen. You know how I know this man is absolutely cuckoo bananas. How do you rob a flooring stop? What were you gonna get?
Okay.
People don't walk in there with cash.
No, they don't. You're making a huge purchase.
Right.
You're buying shit by the square feet. Right.
What was you gonna steal? No one's ever walked in a flooring place and been like, here's $20, put it in the register. Do they even have a register?
You gonna do stick and peel?
Right. What was you gonna do? Falsify identity and do a theft by having them come do the work and then never pay for it?
What you gonna steal? Fake wood floor panel?
Yeah.
They go on the floor.
He was just walking around like, hey, you know what? They got a lot of linoleum up in there. Let me
you
tell
know what linoleum go for?
You heard
That's
about
the good shit.
You heard about the secondhand market on linoleum in this, bro? We're about to come up. Hand me my sword. Not even a conventional weapon. I'm gonna pull out this sword.
Yeah, I don't even think places like this sell carpet. They just sell hardwood floors.
I need the sword to cut the wood paneling. See, you think I'm stupid? I'm smart. How I'm gonna cut the floor with a gun? Think about it, stupid. Anyway, I'm gonna go hide in the house up the street. All right, y'all. That's it. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. I'm glad we had this space of understanding and good faith most of the time. So I expect, hopefully people understand my point I was trying to make about Justin Fairfax. I try to be careful and not slide into internet bombacity and just say some shit that would make everybody mad.
Right.
I'm not trying to make it go viral. Just trying to say we have to be careful about how much we have to be cognizant of what our support looks like, where it goes, and who should be giving it,
and the end results of your support too.
Yeah,
because I think a lot of times, and I get it, you do want to support people that look like you, and it's just human nature to have empathy. If you have true empathy, you have empathy for everybody.
Yeah,
empathy don't function like that.
Yeah, be careful what message you're sending to people, because everybody sees your messages, and just be a little thoughtful about it. Because, like I said, I love black men. I love being a black man. I love my brothers. I love my sisters. I love the children in our communities, the parents. I love our community, but part of that love is when folks harm each other, showing up in a way that is aware of every angle of that, and not just, man, I'm gonna miss this dude and kind of missing the forest for the trees. I don't think I say anything bad about Roland Martin. Hopefully nobody's gonna write in like Roland Martin's a good guy. I didn't say he was a bad person. I know some of y'all like to do shit like that, take it out, put words in my mouth. I didn't say that. If Roland Martin wanted to come on our podcast, he's welcome to come on a podcast.
Yes,
like it's not even it's no beef type of situation. I just think you have to have some level of navigating these things with a clarity of mind. And how many times can you keep having the same issue with women? Because I just think we got to do better than just letting our women down to it as a show of solidarity for each other. And when you do that, you can't expect better from anybody else. So when somebody says, I don't care that this black woman stabbed this man, I don't give a fuck. I don't care that Cardi robbed them people. You can't be the one to be like, oh, that's fucked up. No, you really can't be. Because you participate in fucked up when it's on your side. And I think we can do better than that. And I think a lot of brothers are doing better than that.
Most are.
And hopefully they hear this and they nod their head or they send it to somebody or something. Because I did see some of the Fairfax stuff and it was bad. All right, y'all. That's it. Talk to y'all throughout the week. I know Tuesday we have Mike Kaplan coming back. Can't wait to talk to him. We can recap our time that we saw him live here.
Yes, that'd be fun.
We'll be recapping with Kaplan. All right, y'all. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Good night. Good afternoon.